Hello, Professor. Today I'm going to be presenting my DQ on why NBC Universal's game plan to beat Disney. So as we can see here, the first industry that I will be taking on is how the NBC movie and TV industry can beat out something like Disney's. So the main thing is that one hit movie from NBC is all it's going to take for them to be put on the map at something as large as Disney, especially if it's something like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which pushed DreamWorks up a lot and made them become a lot more popular than they were previously compared to Disney. And one thing you see with Disney happening right now is their TV and film industry is tanking a lot because they've made mostly movies like Wish, where they don't have a lot of hype or advertisements around them. They kind of just make the movie and they usually end up losing a lot of money on the production for these. The last really big hit movie that Disney had was Avengers Endgame back in 2019, so that's 5 years ago. So some of the problems that I've seen that have driven Disney down that I believe if NBC is able to take those on and bring them up and do them better than Disney in these three parts, I think that's going to help them. The first one is a lot of shock humor. It used to be somewhat funny in movies when it was well placed, but now it's become just a way to get a cheap laugh, kind of like a laugh track in a TV show, to where they just keep clicking it all the time because that's what they think the audience wants. So they just add way too much shock humor, which ends up diluting the script for the movie. So they haven't had as good scripts because of that. On top of this, they spend a lot of money for very little or less return when it comes to celebrity voice actors. The thing with animated movies is it's not an actor acting in that role. It's the animators acting out what they're doing, and the actor is supposed to match that. When they do too many celebrity voice actors, it can make the characters not flow, especially in different universes. So I believe that they can save, first of all, budget and have better acting in their movies if the and TV shows if they used less celebrity voice actors and more professional voice actors. And the last one is less emphasis on political correctness. Another big thing with Disney is they're going super far into very specific parts of their political correctness when it comes to movies, such as the movie Red took on feminism at a young age, and other recent Disney movies have taken on that stuff. What it ends up doing is just causes the scripts to be diluted because there's things you can or cannot say and do. And on top of that, a lot of people are excluded from it. If it's someone who's against that stuff, they might not want to go see it or they might not enjoy it, which drives the movie's scores down and in the end will not get people coming into your movie. So next we have the theme parks. I believe that what NBC Universal should do is to make a completely interactive theme park. We've seen other places do this kind of. Universal Studios has a little bit of action here and there. Disney has tried to do it with some apps, but you can tell they didn't put a lot of development work into them for whatever reason, and they ended up just not being good, not even that fun. So what I think if NBC Universal can do well would push it into the industry a lot more is theme parks. I'm making sure it was recording. So the theme parks, if they have it able to be completely interactive, that's going to bring a lot of people in. Because a big part of when you go to the theme park that you don't really like, you love the rides, you love the characters, you love all the stuff until you're waiting in line for 2 hours. But Disney has tried to do small things, but they've never really succeeded. But if you can make a way for people to be together there while they're waiting in line, it turns the line wait into nothing. It makes it seem like your park has so much more to offer, so much more to do. So by doing this, you're going to be able to get better reviews on your park and have something that the other parks don't have, even though they've been around for so long. For horizontal or vertical integration, I believe that as a movie and TV company, they should take a progress into a gaming company. The thing with having movies and TV shows is you get a lot of eyes, but these eyes specifically are not people a lot of the time who are in the gaming industry. Those types of people usually aren't going to be watching some of the movies you're going to be making about, maybe it's an all girls movie and they don't like that. Maybe it's some other type of movie that they don't watch. You're getting everyone else's eyes to see your IP franchise. Well, those people aren't going to be online at all for a lot of them. And you can do move. There's been video games in the past that have succeeded, but a lot of the time they're made by other companies. As you can see here, this one's made by Activision, and this one's made by Portkey, neither of whom own the company. And on top of that, these usually make a lot of money. The reason for this is you have so many people buying. It's still going to have that factor to make people want to buy it. So I believe they should enter the video game, but specifically the VR industry, as that's one that no other movie company has taken a step into yet. Ethical dilemmas. A lot of the times in the past, as you can see these games and movies here, when you go with a franchise trying to milk it for money, as a lot of companies do, you end up creating cash grabs, quick projects. You know they're not very good, but they're going to get people to watch them because of nostalgia, or they're going to get people to play them and buy them because of nostalgia. I believe that should not be the goal. The goal should be to make a good as game as possible so that every time they open their app, it's an advertisement better than anything else you can have. If they're opening up your app on their phone and thinking of your company and playing it, they're going to want to go to the theme park. That's the reason people like Disney, they see it all the time on their phone, on their apps, on their TV, that it makes them want to go there because they're reminded of it so much. On the other hand, if you're the thing that happens when they open up their phone, turn on their gaming system, and all of this, you're going to be able to make it in an industry with your niche. So that's my project. Thank you.